How are you?
I'm good.
It's American Bass Anglers on Flippers on Old Hickory Lake. Are you ready for a good day?
Yes, sir. Need 5 big ones.
Need 5 big ones. I believe you can do it.
Alright guys, official time is 5:13. We'll give it about 2 minutes. Everybody go ahead and get in line. Your phone number is going a lot quicker if y'all get
What number are you, Mickey?
Boat number 5. Where you at, boat 5? Alright, follow in line behind boat 4. Boat number 6. Alright, follow in line. Get y'all lined up, guys. Good luck out there. Boat number 7.
Hey, Herb. Close wide way.
We're good. Go ahead, sir.
All right, everybody, fixing to kick off this weigh-in for the 4th tournament in Tennessee Central Division. Our sponsors are Bass Pro Shops, Triton Boats, Mercury Marine,
Motor Guide, Trolling Motors, Abu Garcia, Berkeley, TX Marine, Garmin Electronics, Monster Energy Drinks, Power Pole, Lucas Oil, Engel Coolers, and Optima Batteries, and Maui Gym. Our first angler weighing in today is Mr. Joseph Taylor. He's a boater with one fish. Let's throw them on the scale and see what they go for.
There'll be a smaller scale.
I never see that. They're gonna lock in the scales at 139.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. This morning and finally starting to roll in. See what kind of weights we got working with today. Already had a few check in with 0 fish, so we'll see if that holds steady or if somebody got lucky and found some out there. Next up, we have Mr. Conley Brown bringing 5 fish to the scales for us. Let's throw those on there and see what he brought to us today. 12.96. You got one going away from the fish?
What's the fish?
Nobody's waiting one yet. Just pull that whole bag off there and we'll find one throw in there.
So whatever you got to be big fish.
Throw that back on there. We're getting full. Let's throw that whole bag back on there. We'll get it on the scale. Put that. There it goes. Alright, now you pull it off and we'll throw the big one in there.
1297, 1294. Lost 3 out.
338, not a bad big fish. We'll see if they'll hold up. Next to the scales, we have Mr. Dean Hess with his co-angler with one fish. Let's throw that on there. First co-angler to weigh anything in today.
Hey, I'm in the lead. All right, let's close the scales.
You are currently in the lead
Hey, close
for
the scales.
242.
All right. How's your sister?
All right, next up we have a co-angler, Mr. Michael Morrison, coming today with 3 fish. Bad 3 fish, gonna lock in at 978. Next to the scales we have Mr. Jeremy Nash bringing 3 fish to us.
That could be.
Let's throw these on the scale.
Hopefully a little bacon throwing to keep the spot.
What do you have?
Oh, it's right at 10 pounds. I'm thinking 5 and 6 for my big fish.
Appreciate it, buddy.
You know what I found out about fishing bass tournaments? It's tough.
It is. It's a lot different just going out and fishing for fun. We got Mr. Tim Messer coming up with 5 fish. Yeah, locked in at 12.42. You got one your way for big fish? We got Mr. Robert Hensey.
Good, how are you, buddy?
Great.
Throw them in there
You
for
leave that in there and wait for it.
Not much more.
Good, how about yourself? Good. You ain't got that second kid yet?
No.
You know they'll fire you like your sister.
Right? That'll lock you in at 505 if you got one bigger than 4 or something.
No.
The boys, we got Mr. Conley Brown in the lead with 12.94, and the co-anglers is Mr. Michael Morrison with 9.78. Next, we got Mr. John Hopkins as a boater with 5 fish. And let's throw them in there, see what we got. It'll lock in at 14.15. He's the new leader. You got one, got a big fish you want to win? All right. Let me get a picture of it real quick, one of them.
Way biggest than Bobby.
Yeah, way a big one.
I don't give a scale out of it.
All right, Hoppy, turn around right here. There you go.
got Mr. Terry Lewis. Throw him in there for me. Locked in at 204.
That big zero in today, buddy.
Up is a co-angler with 2 fish for us today. They are lively. They're locked in at 1438. Or 438, I can't read.
I was
Georgia.
saying. Did I lose one? No, okay, I thought one jumped in.
What was it? 438?
438. Let's see, we got Mr. Jerry Whitmer, who's a co-angler with 1 fish. Throw it in there for me, buddy.
Jerry, well, did you have fun today?
What's that?
Did you have fun?
I always have fun when I ain't home.
That 1 fish gonna lock in at 275. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and fishing with us today and hanging out and watching the weigh-in. Alright, next we have Mr. Ethan Mungle. Here's a boater with 5 fish today. Looks like good 5 fish. They're going to lock in at 2109. It's going to be the new leader. And he says he's got a big one he wants to try to weigh. Pull that whole bag off. Just one at a time. That's 486. That's 511. You gonna roll with that one?
No, that's what I heard.
We'll pull it back in the corner. Alright, throw it in there now. 586. You'll hold up 2 of those and let me get a picture of you. Alright, next we got Mr. Perry Craig coming in with 3 fish. Drop them on there for me, buddy. 3 fish gonna lock in at 640. Here's a boater with 2 fish. And let's see. Pretty good 2 fish, gonna lock in at 1104.
That's fine.
It's supposed to be 5 fish. Well, they're not so good now.
Non-motor only had 2. I don't know if that's straight.
How many fish you got in there? 2?
5.
Oh, 5.
Hold on a second. Let's show them 0. Yes. Hold on a second. I got Mr. Bill Kissinger coming up. He's a co-angler with 2 fish. Lock in at 333. Now we got Mr. Joel Trevino. He's a boater with 3 fish. Throw him in there for me, buddy. 3 fish locked in at 657. Alright, next we have Mr. David. He's co-angler with 2 fish. They locked in at 246. Next I'm showing Mr. Luke Schrader. He's a co-angler with 1 fish. And if you'd throw in there for me, buddy. One fish gonna lock in the scale at 168. Next we got Mr. Charlie Kaplan there. Here's a boater. Let's see what he brought for us today. Locked in at 996.
You got a big fish in there?
Yeah, I got what's big fish.
586.
586.
Yes, sir.
Who's holding them up? We'll still take a picture of it.
Y'all hurt right here?
Yeah, there you go, I got it. No, let him get a picture of it. I think I got you on my Facebook, don't I? If not, I got somebody with the same name, so there you go.
We got Mr. Daniel Johnson today. Brought me some fish to the scales. Gonna lock in at 8:30.
Are you fishing that team event tomorrow?
Yep.
Thanks, buddy. All right, next we got Mr. Todd Mallory coming in. He's a co-angler with 3 fish. Locking scales at 374, buddy. Up next we got Mr. Tony Eckler. He's a boater with 5 fish limit for us today. Lock in at 821. Leading for the boaters is still Mr. Ethan Mumble with 5 fish that locked in at 2109, and the co-anglers is still Mr. Michael Morrison at 978. Big fish for the boaters is 586, and big fish for the co-anglers is 412. Up next we got Mr. Trey Moore coming in as a co-angler with 3 fish.
I want to throw them on the scale for me, buddy. We just follow the green boat, right? We'll follow the green boat. He said just yell
Lock in at 870.
Pour the whole bag out. Pour them on. Yep, and pour them when you want away from big fish out. Oh, that's a pretty one. What's your name, man?
Big fish is going to lock in at 466. Yep, that puts you in the big fish for co-angler.
Thank you, buddy.
New big fish for the co-anglers, Mr. Trey Moore, weighing in at 466. Next we'll have Mr. Eric Silverstrom. He is a boater with 5 fish limits. We're going to lock in at 1089. The scales we got Mr. Mike Bloomer. He's a co-angler with 3 fish for us today.
Yes, sir. Just drop one in there for me.
Those 3 fish going to lock in a pound, or 8 pounds even.
What's the big fish? 466. We'll weigh one. Just pull the whole bag out for me.
Gonna weigh one for big fish. Lock in at 394. Not quite enough. Next up to the scales we have Mr. Brandon Eddings. He's a boater with 3 fish for us today.
You doing all right today, buddy?
Hot.
Yes, sir. It's very toasty there.
Very hot.
I'll lock in the scales at 520. Next up we got Mr. Billy Caines, a co-angler with 3 fish. So they're gonna lock in the scales at today 783. Up next we got Mr. John Wilkerson. He's a boater that's bringing 2 fish back away today. two fish are gonna lock in the scales at 455. Coming up next to the scales, we have Mr. Mickey Beck.
How do?
He has a boater with 5 fish for us today.
I'll lean on it.
5 fish gonna lock in at 1274, puts you in 5th place. You got a figure 566.
I do not.
586, I think.
But I'm gonna weigh 50.
Alright, we're gonna throw one on the scales.
Just for time, but that's still the deal.
Gonna lock in at 376.
Come on.
Think you fishing that same thing tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Him and his girlfriend, Chris.
Alright, up next to the scales we have Mr. Roy Yother. He's a co-angler with 3 fish for us today. See what these 3 fish lock the scales in. Going right there, Mr. Roy?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm gonna lock in the scales at 487. To the scales we have Mr. Ryan Hickory. He's a boater with 2 fish. I'm gonna lock in the scales at 411. Alright, let's kind of slow it down for a second. We'll give everybody a few minutes and we'll get a bag count. Currently in the leaders for the boaters, we still have Mr. Ethan Mungle at 2109. Co-angler still holding strong for Mr. Michael Morrison at 978. Boater Big Fish is 586. Mr. Ethan's holding that one too, and co-angler Big Fish is 466 with Mr. Trey Moore.
What's the cut? How many places are paying?
Honestly, this is for the boaters. Currently right now, the unofficial cut for weight is 1225. Co-anglers unofficial cutoff weight is 711. Mr. Brandon Maynard is a boater with 5 fish for us today. Doing all right, buddy?
Yeah, for myself.
Oh, not too bad for Saturday afternoon. It's 5 fish gonna lock in the scales at 783.
Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna pause it.
Bags back down there. I'll give see right now it's 2:53. I'm gonna give 5 minutes and the scales will officially close. So if you got any fish out there you need to weigh, you need to go ahead and get them up here. The scales will close in 5 minutes. Guys, I finally got these checks ready. We're gonna start off with the co-anglers. 6th place for the co-anglers was Mr. Jeff Wheely with 711, and he's going to take home a check for $150.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Well, let's see. Now we got 5th place for the co-anglers is Mr. Billy Kane with 782. He's going to take home a check for $200. Mr. Billy, you here? I guess his check will get mailed. Alright. 4th place for the co-anglers is Mr. Mike Bloomer with 8 pounds even and a check for $250. Alright, now we got 3rd place for the co-anglers was Mr. Robert Moore with 8 pounds, and he also took home an additional $145 for the big fish. There's more here.
Is that you?
There's you 2 pieces of hardware. And there's your 2 checks. I appreciate it, buddy.
Turn them around, let me see them right there.
2nd place for the co-anglers is Mr. Millard Davis with a check for $425. You here, Mr. Davis? There's your check and a piece of hardware. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
And 1st through 3rd place, if y'all will keep in mind, I'll probably call y'all later this evening for a little interview. I know y'all don't want to be kind of tight-lipped with everybody fishing tomorrow, so I'll call y'all and do it privately. 1st place for the co-anglers was Mr. Michael Morrison with 3 fish that weighed in at 978. Here's you a check and a big flag. Appreciate it, buddy.
Move the check, let me see the plaque. There you go.
All right, now let's run down these boaters here.
All right, thank you. You want to get up here and take a picture?
Coming in 7th place was Mr. Jason Johnson with 12.25 and a check for $200. There you go, buddy. Appreciate it. Take care. 6th place was Mr. Tim Messer with 5 fish that locked in scales at 12.42. Good old check for $300.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
Hey, can I sign up in the morning for the team?
It'll have to be this afternoon's the last day sign up. If you'll call me back in just a little bit, I can get you signed up.
Okay.
All right, 5th place is Mr. Mickey Beck with 5 fish that locked in the scales at $12.74 and a check for $400. Is the signature not on them? Bring him. I'll sign them.
I'll get mine off.
All right, I'll just sign them. Hand sign. All right. Next we have Mr. Conley Brown with 5 fish that locked in the scales at $12.94. Hey, Katie, grab me a pen.
I can't hear you.
Grab me a pen.
A pen.
Well, here's one right here. If I have given you a check already, bring them up here and I'll hand sign it for you. I'm glad you noticed it. We're supposed to put it on the
Don't sign it, David Hager.
Oh, I'm signing my name.
Don't sign David Hager.
We haven't had a heart attack. I'm signing.
You working?
Sorta.
Oh, shoot, did you? I didn't say that.
There you
I didn't say that. That was wrong.
go. All right. Now for 3rd place with the butters, we had Mr. Adam Wagner. 5 fish locked in the scales at $13.59. Here's you a check and a piece of hardware.
Oh yeah,
Thank
here you
you.
go. Let me see. What is it?
All right,
Okay.
now we got 2nd place for the boaters was Mr. John Hopkins with 5 fish that locked in at $14.15 to earn him a check for $950. There you go, Mr. John. We appreciate you, buddy. And 1st place for the boaters with 21.09 was Mr. Ethan Mungle. And he also took the big bass.
All right. I see
The
it.
bass weighed 586
I see it.
fish. $2,200 for 1st place. There's one for big fish. There's your 2 checks.
Turn your plaque around. There you go.
There's your big trophy still with it. Appreciate it, Chief.